Hi. Well, it's going to be difficult after Martin's presentation. Oh, okay. But I'll try to do it, and I will explain you what's going on with Iluméxico and energy access. But please, well, let me remind you something very important. Oh. Okay. And that is that energy is the golden thread that connects economic growth, social equity, and environmental sustainability. Sometimes we forget that because we have in here in big cities energy, but well, it's really important for our lives. And still, 1.3 billion people around the world don't have this energy access. That means that 1 out of 5 people rely on candles, diesel, and kerosene to light their homes. Those are families whose children cannot study at night, who cannot open businesses after dark, and cannot even refrigerate food or medicines, use medical equipment. 30 million of them live in Latin America, and in Mexico alone, there are 3 million people like that. Doña Apolonia, or Nana Apolonia, the way I call her, she lives in Guerrero, in Cochopa el Grande, one of the poorest municipalities in Mexico, and she does not have electricity. Her house has only 2 rooms, the main one and the kitchen. She does not speak Spanish, and not all the people in Mexico speak Spanish. There are like 600 languages. She belongs to an indigenous population. She is Mixteca. And well, she dedicates herself, her time to clean and cook her house. She has a monthly income of $150 US and spend from 5 to 15 US dollars in energy sources. She has to work like 3 or 4 hours to gather firewood or to buy candles in other villages. And that's why, because of people like Doña Apolonia, in 2010 we decided to do something about it. We just graduated from college. We were 7 engineers, and we had many illusions about that. Well, the funny thing about that is that we discovered the problem in Mexico, not because we learned that from school, but because we went to a conference like this, and they told us that that was happening in Mexico. So we decided to apply what we learned. And as engineers, we thought that the first solution could be technology. Maybe as engineers, we always think that technology is the solution. And well, there started our first challenge, technology. There were different solar home systems in the world, but we wanted to do some changes, and we wanted also to create Mexican technology. So we designed a solar charge controller, and we named that Prometheus, because we wanted that, to make the solar charge controller to be friendly use, and also to regulate the load of the battery so the battery could last more. We integrated that device along with a solar panel, 2 LEDs, and, well, a battery. 2 LEDs because, as I told you, Doña Polonia has only 2 rooms, the main one and the kitchen. So she doesn't need more, at least at the beginning. And, well, there we had it. We had the technology, but now how to take the technology to the communities. Those communities are like under 100 inhabitants, and it takes us like 12 hours or more to get them. Because in Mexico, we have a really good electrification system, well, 98. So the 2% that is left, it's those are the communities that are in the most complicated geographic conditions, isolated populations, widespread households. And as you can see, it's really complicated to get in or to bring them light in the conventional way. So we thought that maybe we could not do this alone. We thought that we might need also the people, and we needed to involve them in the solution. And that's what we did. We asked people to be part of it, and they had to help us bring in their system to their homes, so that would be easier for us. So what we did was tell them that we need to establish a meeting next to a road, and after that they had to carry the systems to their homes, and we will check that after a week or two, the installations. But what if we were not there? We also thought that technology wasn't enough, the logistics wasn't enough. They needed to learn how to make their own installations, because in case we weren't there, they needed to be independent. We wanted them not to depend on Iluméxico and the people of Iluméxico, so we teach them about solar installation. It's really easy, and that's why we made also the solar controller. And it also has colors, because some of these people cannot read, so they only have to plug red with red, black with black, and it's easier. And, well, we invited also women and children to do it, because, I don't know if you know, but in Mexico there's a lot of machismo. And when women and children do it, men cannot say that they won't, that it's really complicated to use solar panels. Everybody can, if women and children can. And also, since they don't speak Spanish, we needed translators. And we needed also another committed people who can speak the language and do the training sessions in their own languages. So that's what we created, a program named Community Engineers. And those are people from the region, from universities, technological institutions that are near from the regions that we attend. And, well, they are helping us in this work, and they are really committed with the cause. And sometimes it's difficult, because sometimes they think that they cannot speak with the people and with the government, so that's another of the challenges that we have right now, to try to convince them that they can also be part of it, and they can lead their peers. The fourth challenge was sustainability. Maybe that's a challenge for most of nonprofits and, well, for everybody. As a social enterprise, we didn't want to be a nonprofit, and we didn't want to do the common stuff of the for-profit. So we decided to make some changes. We also searched on other projects, what has been implemented in other parts of the world, and we thought that microcredits might be a good idea, because they were already spending $5 from $15 a month in their energy sources. So we wanted only to replace that in our systems. And, well, we did it. At the beginning, we didn't have the funds to do it, because we are the ones that are given the credit. It's not a microfinance institution yet. And, well, when we began, we wrote a business plan. We applied to many awards, like Stephen Schmidt-Heine, and with that money, we started to give the microcredit to the people, and when they pay, we give it again to other families. So that's the way it started to be, and also because we didn't want to depend on government support. At the beginning also, we had a great government support, but after the new elections, that stopped. They thought that we belonged to the previous party, and, well, we have to change our strategy. We were in a crisis, so we didn't want that to happen again. So make microcredit sound like a good solution, and we are working still on that. And, well, there we had the project. We had the technology, the social model, the logistics. But now, after 4 years of doing this, we have benefited more than 18,000 people, made more than 3,000 installations, and also we thought that maybe households were not enough. We opened a program for schools, for clinics, And well, this is like 59 kilowatts of solar energy installed. We created jobs with the community engineers, and this is around 100 million of hours of light, because our system lasts like 20 years. But it's not that it's not all. We have another challenge now, and that is sustainability in the long run. And for that, we are testing. That's what we are doing now, trying to see if this works. And what we try to do to solve it is Ilucentros. And Ilucentros are local branches from Iluméxico that are located in the regions when there is no, there is like 1,000 households without electricity. And well, that happened also because they needed maintenance and we weren't there. Because they weren't remember that they needed to pay their microcredit, and we needed to remind them. And because it was easier to give the microcredit because they could know where we were and have a point of contact that everybody would know. And well, still a test, but I think that it's working just fine. And because of Ilucentros, we realized that maybe it was our distribution system, the last mile distribution system, the fact that no one else was getting to these communities, that became maybe most important than even solar energy. So now our Ilucentros are becoming the bridges for other organizations to come, for people who have clean cooking stoves, for people who have water purifiers, and there also the challenge is to identify what solution we are going to support. We don't know, there are so many, and if we have already the trust of the people, well, we don't want to deceive them or disappoint them. So, well, that's the new problem, and I think that we will still working on that, but that's the interesting part of it, that we always have problems and that, well, we have to work a lot on this. The challenges, or what we think that we want to do, is to open 50 Ilucentros. We have already opened 4 in 4 states in Mexico. And this will allow us to benefit more than 300,000 people, make more than 50,000 installations. We want to increase the number of schools that we are attending, and also the clinics, to have nearly 1.5 billion hours of light in the next 5 years. And well, this is the way a school at night looks like with Iluméxico's program. And I think we have still many things to solve. If you are welcome to provide new solutions and ideas. We are always open to receive them. And we invite you to join forces with us and to learn more about our project, to know more about energy access, and to be conscious that really energy empowers opportunity. And well, it's necessary to eradicate energy poverty, and everybody can be part of the solution. Prendamos la luz de México. Thank you very much.